On first glance, this car easily looks like it could cost over 100 grand or more, and like it could compete with other exotic luxury brands like Ferrari, McLaren, or even Lamborghini. But what if I told you that this Lithuanian-based exotic supercar is for sale today for only $14,000? It's not a scam, and it's definitely not a joke. This is a car called the Zedro Notorious, and it's built by a Lithuanian-based manufacturer. It was first unveiled in 2019 at the Dubai Motor Show, and Zedro says it's limited to just 100 units, so you better get one quick. But how can such a good-looking car be for sale for such a small price? Well, it's actually not what it appears to be. It can't really compete with Ferraris or Lamborghinis, at least not for $14,000. It's actually based off the Infiniti G37, a decent sports car that was produced in the early 2000s. Now, while the G37 was overall a pretty well-built car, it is powered by just a simple VQ V6 engine from Nissan, and it definitely is not beating out any Ferraris or Lamborghinis. The whole Zedro Notorious is actually a body kit and an interior upgrade that's installed onto a pre-existing Infiniti G37 chassis. So in reality, you're getting a great looking car that doesn't have the same level of performance, but it does have a much lower price. Now, the Notorious is actually very similar to a similar car that I reviewed on my channel before called the Vader G35. And the Vader, just like the Notorious, was based off of an Infiniti chassis, and it was for sale for a relatively cheap price. Unfortunately, the Vader gained massive success. It was featured in the Batman movie Suicide Squad, and from there, things just exploded. The brand became immensely popular. It went viral in many videos, including a few of my own. And for that reason, the company actually sold the designs of the car to a different brand, who then jacked up the price to well over 100 grand without actually upgrading it at all. So what used to be an affordable alternative to an exotic sports car actually turned out to be something that wasn't an exotic sports car, but was priced the same as one. And that's where Zedro came in. They saw what Vader did to their brand, and they decided they wanted to bring it back and do things right. So they took a similar concept, building a car onto an Infiniti G37, and they reeled it back in to a realistic price that the masses can afford. But can the Notorious actually compete with Vader and other exotic luxury brands? The base model listed on their website starts out at $65,000. And yes, that's a lot more than the $14,000 I said in the beginning of the video. Don't worry, we'll get to that later. And that base model gets you the same stock G37 performance. They don't do anything to upgrade the engine, so you're only getting around 300 to 400 horsepower, 0 to 60 in maybe 6 seconds if you're lucky. But it does get a new body kit that's designed to look far more exotic and like other sports cars and supercars, and also a little bit similar to the Vader. It comes with custom paint and headlights that can be selected by the buyer, also 22-inch wheels, painted brake calipers, and an upgraded leather interior. Like I said, all that for just $65,000. It comes pre-assembled, turnkey, ready to drive, and looking like an exotic sports car. But again, it doesn't have the performance to back that up. So Zedro came up with a solution to that. They also offer a supercharged version of the Notorious for an extra $20,000. So for only $85,000, you can get the supercar looks and somewhat reasonably good performance as well. But if somewhat reasonably good performance isn't enough performance for you, you can also upgrade to a 2JZ swapped Notorious. And this is the same engine that was featured in the Toyota Supra, but obviously they've upgraded it to produce over 1,200 horsepower. So not only can it compete with cars like Ferrari, McLaren, and Lamborghini, it could probably actually beat a lot of those brands in a race. Unfortunately, that 2JZ swap does come with a very large price tag. That model, they're charging $107,000 for it, which is definitely getting up there to supercar levels of pricing. And the kits also take a long time to build. Since it's a fully custom car, it's being built by hand in a garage, I believe somewhere here in Florida. It's gonna take around 6 to 12 months to complete. You can't just walk into a dealership and drive off on the same day. It is a process. However, like I said in the beginning of the video, $65,000 for the base model is not actually the real price of this kit. You can buy the car from them for $65,000 if you want it pre-assembled. They do also offer a body kit for just $14,000, and that kit comes with just about everything you need to complete the build in your own garage. So now, not only are you getting beautiful supercar looks, a reliable G37 underneath it all, but you also get a fantastic DIY project to embark upon on your own for just $14,000. The $65,000 price listed on their website is for the completed base model, where they build everything for you. If you want to do it on your own, they offer that as an option as well for that $14,000 price tag. All in all, it is a very similar story to what Vader was just a few years ago when I first stumbled across the company and made one of my viral videos about them. But let me know down in the comments below if you think that the Zedro can actually compete with Vader and other luxury sports car brands. Also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to check out my Vader playlist up there on the screen. Like I said, very similar brand if you haven't heard about them. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, but most importantly, thanks for being here and watching until the end. I'll see you next time. That was a butterfly.